What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on NIO stock.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And in today's video, first of all, I will show you where we are on the price chart and how we get there. Then we'll continue with the fundamental news, and I have to say that we have a lot of news and some of them are not real, I have to admit. And at the end of this video I will share my thoughts and my technical analysis, and I will show you what should we expect next. And before we get into all of that, if you guys would like to earn 2 free stocks with Moomoo valued up to $7,000, please check out that link in the description below. All you have to do is sign up for an account and deposit as little as $1. This is guaranteed free money. Full details you can see on the screen right now. So let's start with the price chart. I made my previous video right here at this very point, and I've told you that we have retested twice this range of resistance, and I've told you that we had a lot of headwinds related directly to NIO. The main headwind was definitely the so-called delisting list, and NIO was added to this list. And because of the huge number of companies that were added on May the 4th, definitely it was a huge bearish pressure on the entire ADRs that are listed on New York Stock Exchange. And that's why NIO lost about 16% of its value. Definitely huge decrease, and my main assumption at that point was that we shouldn't break the range of support at roughly $16 mark. And I've told you that you should put your stop loss, if you are a swing trader, you should put your stop loss slightly below this range, and definitely we hit this stop loss order. But this stop order prevents you from even more losses. It saves you about 8.5% of your capital. Definitely massive sell-off, and I have to say that we still have some bearish pressure on this asset, and in my technical analysis I will show you what should we expect next. But for now, let's continue with the fundamental news. And the main news right now is definitely the update on status under Holding Foreign Companies Accountable Act. And NIO provides this update on May the 5th, and let me quote you this. NIO is aware that the company has been provisionally identified by the SEC under HFCAA on May the 4th, 2022, US Eastern Time. The company understands such identification may result from its filing of the annual report from 20F for the fiscal year ended December 31st, 2021. And I covered this on one of my previous videos. Next one. NIO has been actively exploring possible solutions to protect the interests of its stakeholders. On March 10, 2022, the company completed a secondary listing of its Class A ordinary shares on the main board of the Hong Kong Stock Exchange under the stock code 9866. The Class A ordinary shares listed on the HKEX are fully fungible with the ADSs listed on the New York Stock Exchange. NIO will continue to comply with applicable laws and regulations in both China and the United States, and strive to maintain its listing status on both the New York Stock Exchange and the Hong Kong Stock Exchange in compliance with applicable listing rules. So definitely they want to find some solution, but in my opinion, two main parties of this conflict is the SEC from the United States and CSRC from China. And definitely for now, CSRC should provide some updates, and a couple of videos ago I covered this news that Vice President ensured all the companies that by the end of June they will settle this problem. And we will see. I don't think that Vice President of CSRC might bring us false information. So, on top of this news, we have another article on cnvpost.com that NIO announces a plan for secondary listing in Singapore, secures preliminary approval. And let me quote you this. NIO will be listed in Singapore by way of introduction and has received a conditional listing eligibility letter from the local exchange. Let me quote you this information. The move comes after NIO revealed the plan in the late February, when it applied for secondary listing in Hong Kong, and the company's filing to the Hong Kong Stock Exchange showed that it had applied for a secondary listing not only in Hong Kong, but also in Singapore. NIO has already made a secondary listing in Hong Kong by way of introduction on March 10. A move that did not involve new share issuance and therefore did not bring in new financing. The listing in Singapore will make the company the first electric vehicle maker in the world to be listed in 3 locations. So, definitely they want to hedge their position because of the potential delisting fears from New York Stock Exchange. But I have to say that Hong Kong Stock Exchange and Singapore Stock Exchange are not that big. That's why this asset still has some bearish pressure despite of this good news. And definitely this good news is just some kind of insurance for the existing shareholders that the price of this company won't go drastically south. So, and let me show you another news that was published on electricvehicles.com, and it was published on May the 7th, and it says, Bailey Gifford adds 84.7 million NIO shares, increasing its stake to 12.27%. And right here on May the 5th, on 13F form, Bailey Gifford disclosed its ownership of 173.5 million shares of NIO. And definitely it is one of the highest positions. And let me show you the filing itself. As you can see, on May the 5th, they made this filing, and they almost doubled their position according to this information. But guys, do not be in a hurry, and you should double check every news in order to realize that this news is real. And I want to shout out to Felix from the Felix and Friends YouTube channel. He made an investigation that this number is basically just misleading information. And let me show you right here. If you open Bailey Gifford & Co. in new window, if you press right here, you will open this page. And right here we have several filings. As you can see, the effective date, the latest effective date was on at the end of March, and it was filed on May the 5th. Previous effective date was at the end of December, and it was filed on January the 20th. And previous effective date was on September the 30th. Yeah, and it was filed on October 19th. And if you open all of these 13F forms, you will see that, let me show it to you one by one. Right here you can see that Bailey Gifford owns 1.9 million shares, 58.1 million shares, 1.9 and 26.7 million shares. Next one, and let me remind you that it was filed at the beginning of 2022. And the numbers are still the same, pretty much the same. And the third one, right here we have exactly the same numbers of ownership. This means right here on fintel.io we have just a technical mistake that previous 2 positions was added one to another, and that's why they have 173.59 million shares, and it is quite huge position, I have to say, but real position is just 88 million shares, and definitely this company is one of the biggest shareholders of NIO. Next one is BlackRock, and right here you can see that on 13G/A form they own 88.85 million shares, and in my opinion it is the real number of their ownership, and that's why I think you cannot rely on this news as a major bull catalyst. So, and let's continue with the technical analysis, but before we dive deep right here, please subscribe to my channel, hit notification bell and hit the like button. This helps me a lot. So guys, on my previous video I've told you that if we break the range of about $16, next range of support might be this swing low at $12.98, roughly $13 mark. Definitely we might see lower price action on upcoming sessions, and we might hit this range. And if you are a long-term investor, just accumulate on every daily red candle. But if you are a swing trader, we don't have enough confirmation of new uptrend. This means you have to stay aside from any trades right now if you don't want to short this asset, and that's why just be cautious. But from the investor standpoint, this company is still very attractive. So I think from the technical standpoint that's it for now. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with notification bell, and see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gone live it up on the attack.